Hey everybody, welcome to my December newsletter. I know I say this every single month, but I can hardly believe it's December. It's the end of the year. We're looking already at 2026. It is mind-blowing how fast time is going by, it seems to me. So I don't know if you're feeling the same, but that is definitely how it feels for me in my life. But just wanted to send out the last newsletter of the year to say thank you. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for asking questions. Thanks for reaching out. Thanks for trusting me to give you real estate advice, and just a huge thank you. You know, we're small business owners, my husband and I, and can't do it without amazing people like you. So first and foremost, just want to genuinely thank you. I have some very incredible people in my life. I feel like you guys are all a part of that by just simply watching and trusting me with your real estate questions. That means the world to me, and I love to share my insights and just expertise and knowledge, because that's what I've been working on, you know, for the past 11 years in this business. So I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody in my circle. So thank you first and foremost for that. And let's get into some real estate news. I pulled some stats, which is interesting, kind of not surprising, but interesting nonetheless. So again, it's going back to those weekly. So just in this week, in all of the zip codes throughout Northern Colorado, there were only 76 new on the market. So that's a huge dip. We're usually seeing closer, you know, in the low 100s. So that's quite a dip. And price changes, there's been 142 price drops just in this week alone. Under contract, only 104. Sold 109. So you're seeing there's, right, like high number and price changes, only 104 under contract and only 109 that have sold. The other number that's really interesting is there are 122 listings that got pulled off the market this week. So what that tells me is that there's some seller fatigue definitely setting in. We know this time of year is slower anyways because you've got the holidays, it's cold, people don't really want to get outside. Weather dependent, if we got some rainy, snowy days, people aren't really likely to go out and be looking for houses. So people kind of hole up this time of year anyways. But I really think it's kind of more of that extreme just because the economy's been crazy, the government's been crazy, interest rates, we're not seeing any huge dips right now. They're kind of holding steady. They're at a lower rate, but they're still above a lot of people's threshold. So we're seeing that. And so having 122 houses get pulled off the market just tells me that sellers are getting tired of having their house on the market and they need a break. So I imagine that when I pull these numbers again in January, we'll see a huge influx of houses going on the market. Remember, because we only saw 76 go on the market this week, but 122 got pulled off. So well, I bet we'll see a huge increase after the new year, probably the second week of January. We'll see a huge increase of houses back on the market, but they're just getting fatigued. Also, average days on market, depending on your price range now, is anywhere from 81 to 89. So if you bought or sold with me a couple of years ago, you know how mind-blowing that is, because usually we were seeing 6 days on market, 4 days on market. So 80 to 89, again, that's contributing to this seller fatigue. So sellers, hang in there. If you've got to have your house on the market, make sure it's price drop, be super patient, make sure it looks phenomenal, do your staging, do all of the things, but then just hang in there. And see if a buyer comes around. The benefit of any buyer that is out there looking right now, they need to be buying. So that is the benefit of having your house on the market right now, is that the buyers need to be buying. They're not just out window shopping right now, right? They're shopping for Christmas presents and all these other things. So if you've got a buyer, if you've got showings happening, that means somebody out there really needs to buy and most likely needs to go under contract relatively quickly because they have some urgency on their level. So good news for sellers that are still on the market. Those 122 houses that got pulled off are going to help you have less competition right now also. So there's always pros and cons in the real estate market. You just got to ride the wave and go with the flow and change with the times, that's been my message. I think, gosh, I'm going on 18 months now of just trying to send the same message slightly in different words, but it's all the same of have patience, reset yourselves, do what you can to make it look the best. Buyers, take advantage. If you're thinking about buying a house, take advantage of it because there's some really great deals out there. So again, I know I continue to say the same things, but I think right now sellers who are getting fatigued or pulling out their house off the market, buyers who need to get out and buy or need to buy right now. So hang in there, everybody, just hang in there, and hopefully we'll see it warm up for spring after the new year. But again, want to tell you thank you from the bottom of my heart. Genuinely appreciate all of the support, and I just hope you have a fantastic holiday season and a happy new year as well. So take care. Thanks. Bye.